Wells Fargo is making it clear to investors that they shouldn't wait for Nvidia's annual GPU Technology Conference, GTC, which is in a few days. This week, analyst Aaron Rakers, who is among the best 1% of Wall Street analysts based on performance, reaffirmed his overweight rating and stuck to his $265 target for Nvidia shares. The stock is now trading at about $178, which suggests a 49% increase from current levels. He sent a clear message to investors. Prior to the event, we are Nvidia buyers. GTC 2026 will take place in San Jose from March 16 to 19. It's more than just a display of products. It has shown to be a dependable stock catalyst in the past. Nvidia has outpaced the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index by around 30% in the 3 months following GTC, according to Rakers, with individual year gains ranging from roughly 12% to 45%. The Wells Fargo analyst has a list of key catalysts that he believes could cause the stock to move both during and after the conference. A pipeline update is at the top. As of 2027, Nvidia's dedicated AI infrastructure pipeline had already exceeded $500 billion. Since Blackwell started selling in late 2024, Rakers says that the company has recognized between $240 billion and $250 billion of that possibility. A significant encouraging signal for investors would be an upgrade that raises the pipeline figure to $600 billion or higher. Additionally, he is keeping an eye out for information regarding Kyber, Nvidia's next-generation high-density rack design, and how the platform's development is being influenced by early lessons learned from the GB200 NVL72 rollout. We'll also keep a careful eye on updates about Rubin's CPX, the GPU designed for long-context AI inference that is anticipated to emerge in late 2026. Rakers is monitoring important GTC catalysts. Update on the pipeline. A commitment of more than $600 billion in AI infrastructure would indicate increased demand visibility through 2027. Kyber architecture. Information on GB200, NVL72 insights, and Nvidia's next high-density rack design. Rubin's CPX. Architecture details and placement for workloads, including long-context AI inference. Groqa integration. Whether future GPU roadmaps incorporate Nvidia's Groq IP agreement or result in separate inference processors. Custom silicon. Following Wall Street, any announcements regarding processors specifically designed for hyperscalers like OpenAI journal article about a developing inference chip. The argument is supported by a $600 billion capital expenditure wall. The Rakers' optimistic outlook is based on more than just conference rumors. It is based on one of the biggest waves of capital expenditure in business history. According to credit sites' estimates, the 5 biggest hyperscalers, Amazon, Microsoft, Alphabet, Meta, and Oracle, are expected to spend more than $600 billion on infrastructure in 2026, a 36% increase from 2025. Approximately $450 billion, or 75% of that, is allocated directly to AI infrastructure. Almost everything revolves around GPUs. Every major hyperscaler has openly reiterated their commitment. For 2026, Amazon pledged $200 billion in capital expenditures. All 3 companies, Microsoft, Alphabet, and Meta, have announced budgets significantly higher than anticipated 2025 totals, with Alphabet alone directing $175 to $185 billion. According to analysts, Goldman Sachs had predicted that hyperscaler capital expenditures may surpass $500 billion. They were overly traditional. Wall Street's capital expenditure projections were too low for 2 years in a row, while real spending exceeded consensus by more than 50% each time. Industry estimates indicate that Nvidia accounts for almost 90% of AI accelerator spending. Because of this concentration, Nvidia's revenue line is nearly immediately impacted by the capex surge. This is how the Nvidia numbers appear. Rakers considerably increased his revenue projections after Wells Fargo increased its price goal from $220 to $265 in November 2025. He now projects Nvidia's sales to be $209 billion in fiscal year 2026, increasing to $302 billion in FY27 and $383 billion in FY28. His projected earnings per share for FY26, FY27, and FY28 are $4.61, $7.05, and $8.90, respectively. Given Nvidia's consistent growth trajectory of more than 50% and its competitive position, Rakers contends that the $265 objective, which is anchored at about 30 times calendar year 2027 profits, is justified. On Wall Street, Rakers is by no means alone. According to TipRank's data, 38 other analysts currently rank Nvidia a buy, with one hold and one sell. The average consensus price target is $271.89, which suggests that the analyst community as a whole anticipates even greater upside than the Rakers' $265 estimate. Overall, it's a great purchase. What might go wrong with the stock of Nvidia? There are hazards associated with the bull case. According to a report this week, new limitations on U.S. chip exports are allegedly being considered. Near-term revenue projections would have to be lowered if stricter regulations restricted Nvidia's ability to sell into non-allied markets. The more general question of whether the AI capex cycle is sustainable is another. The disparity between the $600 billion spent on infrastructure each year and the approximately $25 billion in direct revenue from AI services must eventually be closed. The cycle may stall more quickly than anticipated if enterprise monetization does not occur at the rate hyperscalers anticipate. Join our investor community. Hit subscribe and like to get your daily Nvidia stock insights and tutorials delivered. However, Rakers and most of Wall Street are currently placing the opposite wagers. The Blackwell manufacturing ramp is proceeding ahead of schedule, the spending commitments are set, and GTC will arrive in 8 days with a product roadmap that might further increase Nvidia's lead. Rakers believe that this combination turns the current price into a purchasing opportunity rather than a risk. Investors are well aware that the need for graphics processing units, GPUs, is being driven by the growth of artificial intelligence, AI. Over the past few years, Nvidia's stock and sales have skyrocketed due to this extraordinary demand. However, the long-term investment thesis of Nvidia stock is being driven by another important element that lies beneath the headline revenue figures. Nvidia is running a very profitable business. Additionally, management is aggressively repurchasing shares with this financial windfall. While other IT behemoths invest enormous sums of money in developing their AI infrastructure, Nvidia is profitable and giving its shareholders a substantial return. Nvidia continues to have exceptional top-line momentum. Revenue increased 73% year-over-year to $68.1 billion in the company's fourth quarter of fiscal 2026, which concluded on January 25, 2026. Compared to the previous quarter, when revenue increased 62% year-over-year, this represented a remarkable acceleration. The company's main driver in the most recent quarter was, predictably, the data center industry. During that time, Nvidia's data center revenue increased by 75% year-over-year to $62.3 billion. The business anticipates that this momentum will continue. The management set a target revenue of about $78.0 billion for the first quarter of fiscal 2027. This astounding projection suggests a year-over-year growth rate of almost 77%, which represents yet another consecutive escalation in the company's growth pace. This is where things start to become very interesting, though. Strong free cash flow is a direct result of this tremendous top-line growth. In only the fourth quarter, Nvidia produced an astounding $34.9 billion in free cash flow. This means the corporation converted an amazing 51.2% of their revenue directly into free cash flow. Additionally, these sales' underlying profitability is increasing. Nvidia continues to be a significant benefactor of the enormous sums of money hyperscalers are investing to develop AI technology. Furthermore, Nvidia benefits greatly from this industry-wide spending frenzy. Nvidia transforms a significant portion of its sales directly into cash, and it doesn't require much of it to fund its expansion prospects since its business strategy is significantly less capital-intensive than that of companies constructing physical data centers. Repurchasing shares. This leads us to the stock's underappreciated bull thesis. Nvidia returned $41.1 billion to shareholders in fiscal 2026, with share repurchases accounting for the great majority of this amount. And there's a lot of space for this to go on. The corporation still has $58.5 billion left under its share repurchase authorization at the conclusion of fiscal Q4. With all of this said, Nvidia's repurchases aren't going as far as they used to, considering the stock's more than 70% gain over the previous 12 months. As of this writing, the company's authorized share repurchases totaling $58.5 billion represent just 1.3% of its market value. Repurchases are still important, but they aren't making as much of an impact as they once did. This could be one of the reasons Nvidia repurchased $3.8 billion worth of shares in fiscal Q4 as opposed to $7.8 billion in the same period last year. However, this caution in repurchasing shares may also be advantageous. Over time, the corporation could significantly lower its share count if it repurchases shares opportunistically, purchasing more stock when shares decline and less when they rise sharply. In the end, even though Nvidia's share repurchase program is significant, investors should prefer that the company focus on areas that it thinks will yield the highest return on investment rather than taking a general approach and repurchasing a predetermined amount of stock each quarter, regardless of stock price or growth prospects. Fortunately, it appears that management is wise in this regard. During Nvidia's most recent earnings call, Colette Kress, the firm's chief financial officer, responded that the company takes a data-driven approach to capital deployment. "We look at our capital return very, very carefully," she said. Additionally, she clarified that there is currently a significant chance to invest in assets other than its own shares. Supporting the extreme ecosystem in front of us is, in our opinion, one of the most crucial things we can do. However, she clarified that the business is still repurchasing its stock. In the long run, a careful approach to share repurchases coupled with Nvidia's extremely profitable business might significantly increase overall shareholder returns. With Vera Rubin and Omniverse initiatives, Nvidia expands its role in AI infrastructure. With hardware, software, and ecosystem alliances surrounding its chips, Nvidia has evolved from a GPU supplier into what many consider to be a complete AI compute platform. While the ABB connection integrates its Omniverse stack directly into factory and warehouse workflows, the new Vera Rubin deployment with Thinking Machines Lab further connects Nvidia to open corporate AI technologies and large-scale training workloads. These developments show investors how Nvidia is attempting to connect essential components of the AI stack, from robotics and model training to optics and data center plumbing. These days, the emphasis is less on individual product cycles and more on how thoroughly Nvidia is integrated into partners' long-term infrastructure plans, which can influence how resilient its position is throughout the various AI supply chain segments. This group of alliances suggests that Nvidia is working to take more influence over the system around its processors than just the GPUs themselves. Vera Rubin's partnership with Thinking Machines Lab gives one client access to a sizable block of next-generation computing that is dedicated to training cutting-edge models and providing open enterprise tools, which can increase the utilization of Nvidia's whole software stack. By integrating Omniverse libraries into Robot Studio Hyperreality, ABB has brought Nvidia into the day-to-day planning and operation of industrial robots, a field in which firms like Yaskawa, Fanuc, and ABB are well established. In the meantime, in order to prevent future Rubin-based clusters from being limited by bandwidth, long-term optics agreements with Lumentum and Coherent, which are currently listed in the S&P 500, involve reserving essential components for data center networking. As an investor, you will see that Nvidia is attempting to make its platform more difficult to replace by integrating it into supply chains for robotics, telecom, and AI infrastructure. At the same time, it is taking on greater execution risk and dependency in fields like photonics and industrial automation. This is place in the story of Nvidia. Since Nvidia is reserving capacity and anchoring Rubin systems in actual workloads at partners like Thinking Machines Lab, the deployment of Vera Rubin and the optics investments align with the notion that an AI infrastructure supercycle may sustain multi-year data center expansions. Increased exposure to robotics, telecom, and optical manufacturing adds moving elements to the narrative's already existing worries about export restrictions, customer-made chips, and reliance on suppliers like TSMC. This might cast doubt on the notion that growth and profitability continue to follow a straight line. The extent of Vera Rubin hardware connected to a single AI platform and the ABB integration of Omniverse into industrial robots are not adequately covered in a narrative that mostly focuses on cloud data centers, but they may have an impact on how diverse Nvidia's future demand appears. The risks and benefits investors should take into account. Since analysts have noted that a significant amount of Nvidia's earnings quality is linked to non-cash factors, adding large committed deployments like Vera Rubin and capital-intensive optics deals complicates the assessment of how resilient profits are over time. If any of those projects experience delays, regulatory problems, or changes in technical direction, concentrating more of the stack around particular partners, from optical vendors to industrial robotics and individual AI labs, increases execution and counterparty risk. Nvidia's position against competitors like AMD and Intel, who also target AI data centers but are less obviously locking up key components, can be strengthened by securing long-term optical capacity with Lumentum and Coherent, while also committing Rubin systems to customers. Nvidia's reach into industrial workflows and physical AI is expanded by integrating Omniverse into ABB's Robot Studio Hyper-Reality and supporting Thinking Machines Lab's open corporate AI plans. This can increase demand beyond hyperscale cloud budgets. Things to keep an eye on in the future. From this point on, it's important to observe how quickly Thinking Machines Lab's Vera Rubin hardware enters production and whether it results in other clients adopting reference architectures. On the industrial side, keep a watch on ABB's distribution of Robot Studio Hyper-Reality to its 60,000 software clients and any evidence that Omniverse-based operations become standard in factories and warehouses. When it comes to optics, observe how frequently management highlights contributions from collaborations with Lumentum and Coherent in networking and system-level solutions, in contrast to products from rival companies like Broadcom. When taken as a whole, these indicators can assist you in determining if Nvidia's efforts to go beyond GPUs are resulting in long-lasting attachments throughout the AI supply chain or are merely increasing expenses and complexity with no discernible incremental benefits. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.